This is a swimming hole for civilians and hikers. It's called something like Jenny's Creek or something like that. I swam in here back in 2008. I guess it's hot enough for it. There's a swing right there that people use. I'm good though. This cathedral is Bryant Ridge Shelter. It's huge. It's so big, in fact, I can set up my tent on the top floor and sleep inside of it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Look at this thing. It is 10 till 5. 20-mile day done. And I tell you what, I'm spent out here. When I know the crowd is thin, I set my tent up inside the shelter. It's like a two-layer protection. You don't have to worry about the mosquitoes. And yet at the same time, you still have your little bubble. And I'm on the top floor. So this is how big this place is. So even in my tent, I barely make a register inside this big shelter. And I can keep the rain fly off. So today I did 20. Tomorrow I'm gonna do 22. That's just the way the shelters lay out. It just makes sense. But the day after tomorrow, there's a town called Glasgow, and I'll probably hitch inside there and just mess around or whatever and hitch out. It depends. We'll take it a day at a time out here. Morning. 7:15. We're leaving the cathedral. We're doing 22 today. It's a Molly Creek shelter. If I'm not mistaken, it's a mile away from the James River, and there's like a man-made, as you were, a natural water slide or something by the creek and everything. So it should be pretty interesting. I don't plan on any excursions, but if some trail magic finds me, that wouldn't be so bad out here. I love the way the sun comes through there. I've been going up all day. I don't know if you can appreciate the grade here, but it almost looks like it's straight up. I said in the past that I always hike with a rain cover on my pack. And I do it for several reasons. One is to keep everything secure. For example, I got Crocs hanging on my pack. If one of those hooks should fail, the rain fly would catch the Croc and I won't lose it on the trail. Another thing is I have a big pocket right here, and here. So if I want to take something off, I can just shove it right back there and it'll be like a pocket holding. Another thing is I got this rain fly cinched off. I got it hooked to the bottom of my pack, and I got it hooked at 2 points to the left and right. So there's no way if I put a coat back there, it'll actually slide. But another major reason, well, two more reasons actually. Another reason why I carry a rain fly is because there are a lot of blowdowns on the trail and you got to get on your back and go through stuff. And it's not uncommon for a tree or a limb or something to just tear something right off your pack. Now, I have my pack cover is littered with duct tape, little hose that the trees and the branches and everything else have poked in it since I've been hiking. And it was my intention to actually buy a pack cover back in Daleville, but I'm not going to pay $40 for a pack cover. I mean, you got to know that the outfitters are just they're like jewelry stores. They throw stuff up 700 times. It's crazy. So at any rate, another reason why you want to consider keeping a pack cover on is for solar radiation. You know, the sun's rays, especially the ultraviolet, that's just like acid, but it just only burns slowly. You know, this pack cover faded about 3-4 shades since I've had it, and it's weaker now because of the exposure to the sun. Well, imagine what that's doing to your pack, to your straps, to everything else that's exposed to that constant bombardment of radiation. I mean, look at me. I got my suntan on. I mean, I've already even though the trees haven't really bloomed yet. See, the canopy's not there yet. We're still showing signs of spring. Now, come July, I mean, you won't even be able to see the sun. Everything will be blocked out. You can literally hike in the rain and never feel a drop because you're under like a jungle canopy. But at the beginning, like I said before, you're pretty much exposed to the sun, and that's why I have the rain cover to protect everything. And the fact that this is a new pack even accentuates the fact that, yeah, I want to make sure I keep this covered. So that's why it's important, or that's why I always go with a rain fly on my pack, regardless whether it's 100 degrees, ice outside, or obviously rain out here. This is checkpoint Alpha, 5 miles into a 22-mile day. Yeah, I gotta tell you, dude, with all these mountains I'm climbing, boy, this is gonna be a long day. Anyway, check this out. Out there in the world, I generally eat once a day. I mean, I just do, you know. Out here, I kind of do the same, but what it is it's like this. I don't get up and cook breakfast. I don't stop and eat lunch. I get where I'm going, and then I'll eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'll just cook three meals. You know, I'll just make sure I get everything that I need for the day. However, when I'm in town, all bets are off. And that's to say that, or if trail magic or something like that, if I get the opportunity to eat, I'm gonna eat. I'm just not gonna stop and make the effort to cook. I can wait till I get in my bag. But here's the caveat to all that. I'm coming up on my 2-month anniversary here in about 4 more days, and it feels like I've had a tummy tuck. It feels like that that a surgeon came in and took away probably 3/4 of my stomach. So what that means is when you eat, you get full faster, and there's just no way around it. You couldn't possibly you can't possibly, what's the word? I'll just go around it. You can't possibly satisfy that hunger you have, you know, by the time you have to finish eating because you just can't put no more food in your belly. There's a quote that says where we all drink too much, I think it's clear to say that we can never drink enough. And that's the same way to say here on the trail, or the hiker's appetite. You can eat too much, but you can never eat enough because your stomach won't allow it. So when I get in towns, I'll eat like 10 micro meals, because I know basically if the first thing I do when I go to town is go to a buffet, I'll never get my money's worth. In 20 minutes, I'll be so bloated that it'll hurt to eat, and then I'll get up and walk away, and I'll be hungry 20 minutes later. It's just, there's just no way around it. Your stomach can't take it like that. So what I do is I have micro meals. I'll go to McDonald's. I won't order 10 McDoubles. I'll order a kid's meal. Eat that. I'll go down. Oh, there's Wendy's. I'll get a shake. I'll go down to the grocery store. Oh, let me get some Ensure. Let me get a bag of chips. I'll go down the street. Oh, there's Subway. That's the way you have to do it. You got to eat small meals. Let your stomach do what it needs to do. And then go at it again. And then go at it again. As opposed to just saving up your appetite to think you're just going to maul something when you get to town and end up walking out with a doggy bag wondering what happened, you know. And the last thing is, anything I don't finish, I'll save my big meal for the last meal. I'm not saying I won't go to a buffet, but I'll save a buffet for dinner. Whereas out in the world, you'll be like, no, I don't want to eat that because that'll ruin my appetite. You don't do that here. You eat when you can eat, but you eat small portions so you make sure you get everything you got coming. And at the end of the night, when I'm in town, you best believe that I'm going to bed with a big box of something. There's something there. Either leftovers or either something that I got from the store, so if I get up in the middle of the night I can still gorge. Okay, and so that's just something that you need to keep in mind as far as how to adjust to what your body's going through out here. This is for the acoustics. You hear that? Going up. Soccer, anyone? Checkpoint Bravo. We're 10 miles into a 22-mile day. I'm looking at 12:15 right now. Thunder Hill Shelter. Yeah. How you doing?
You've come a long way, huh?
Yep. I'm about 6 miles out, and this hike is kicking my butt, I tell you what. I was thinking when I was coming down here, I already told you before, hikers give the worst tips. It's just been my observation, and I've spent enough time in the food service industry to be like, yeah, that kind of sucks. So naturally, when hikers go into restaurants, they get shunned by the wait staff. I gotta tell you, I get some of the worst service, and it's not me. It's not because I'm black. I'm saying I see it across the board. You get the worst service on the trail as a hiker, and at the same time, I understand. I mean, these people got families to feed. I get it. When we were in Gatlinburg, I went to Texas Roadhouse with 3 other people, and the waiter came by the table twice and 3 times. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. And there's like 10 minutes in between each one of those. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I just got up and walked out because I already knew. And I already told you about the time at the NOC where the waiter was just rude. I almost walked out So basically, what I do is I sit at the bar. When the situation allows, I sit at the bar because now they can't run. The bartender's right there, and I'm right on top of them. Can I get some water? Can I get some iced tea? Extra napkins? Can I order now? I give them no quarter. You know, you gonna give me service, period. And the thing is this though, they perpetuate it so bad that you can't help but give them a bad tip. I was at Daleville. I went to a Mexican restaurant. They didn't have their bar license, their liquor license. There was something with it, so I couldn't sit at the bar. So I took a table. I saw my waitress twice, when she took my order and when she dropped the bill. When I needed a refill, I had to either call another waiter to the table or I had to get up and do my own refill. When I needed extra napkins, I think I had to get up 3 times to take care of myself because she was nowhere around. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not going to reward that kind of behavior. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be like, yeah, well, whatever. I still left her $5, and I did that begrudgingly because she did not earn it. That was just the poorest service I ever had. But like I said, I understand where they're coming from, and it's like I'm telling you, sit at the bar, and that'll alleviate several problems. You don't got to worry about hikers. Like, you may just want to go to a restaurant and enjoy a meal. You sit at the table. Other hikers come in, they sit at your table. Now you're like a party of 5, and now the servers are like, now I know I'm not going to get anything. All that's doing is hurting you. All it's going to do is hurt you. But by sitting at the bar, it don't matter how many people come up to the left and right of you, the bartender can't run. Where are they going to go? You know? So that's just one way to look at it. And if anybody sees this video, you might, I mean, if you have a budget such that you can't tip properly, then go to Walmart, go to the grocery store. Don't eat out, okay? Because I mean, you're not helping. You know, these people got a family to feed, and when you have a bill of $18 and you leave 75 cents, that's almost an insult. That's not cool. You're messing up somebody's day. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have the money to eat out, then don't eat out. All right, because it just perpetuates just this bad thing, you know. And you know, like I said, hikers and restaurants they're so close to the trail. You know, hikers are going to come to eat. That's why most hikers just go to buffet, and that's something else too. If you ain't trying to tip nothing and leave much, just go to a buffet. You know, they'll leave you alone. You'll sit at the section and leave what you can. Whatever. I'm babbling out here. $22 miles. Took me long enough. It's 5:45. This is right in front of the shelter. All right, that's a rattlesnake that just decided to make its way up into camp. Just like that. And this guy right here had no idea, so I had to tell him he might want to move on before he get bit. And that's a bona fide rattlesnake right there.
That's a big one. Yeah, it's got to be 10.
He's not shaking, so he's not threatening. You don't hear anything. This guy right here is probably going to piss him off. Yep.